Toby?
That's a Gravity Falls quote.
Oh.
Shame that you're not knowing that.
I forgot. I'm sorry.
This dream leads nowhere.
Listen, it's been a long day.
Has it?
Well, you got around noon, so we've been here for like 7 hours.
It's amazing how quick that goes.
It is. But we're almost done.
We are almost
This season
done.
of Pushing Daisies. That's the Gravity Falls.
Gravity Falls. Nah.
So welcome back to another episode of First Reaction Fan Reaction. I'm your host, Dara Whitman, and here with me is my lovely co-host,
Cailin.
Sup.
Hey, how go?
You good?
Pretty good.
Some stuff happened.
Yeah, there were definitely things that, happened.
Well, it's a finale.
It's a finale.
Of Pushing Daisies.
Which means that things certainly...
We're going to talk about Season 1, Episode 9 of Pushing Daisies, the finale, Corpsical.
Corpsical!
Yep, so first of all, Merry Christmas.
Happy Hanukkah.
Yes.
Both of those things.
Yes.
And Happy Kwanzaa for those who celebrate.
Happy Ramadan. Ramadan now. I would think
Ramadan's in the summer.
You know what the thing is that made me think that Ramadan wasn't in the summer? It's the fact that for my school, elementary school, when we did holiday songs, we sung a Ramadan song.
Really? I didn't know that Ramadan was a thing until middle school. So that gives you an idea of that.
Did you
the kind of education I was brought up on.
You didn't watch the episode of The Proud Family?
I did watch that episode of The Proud Family. Yes. Oh, that got heavy.
There was a hate crime in that, wasn't there?
There was a hate crime in that episode.
Yeah, but it was during Ramadan, and he felt bad for Penny because she couldn't eat.
She couldn't eat, yeah. But then there was a hate crime, and then you felt even worse because you're like, shit, that's...
Well, I remember it was fun at first because it was, I forgot what the holiday is when you knew anything, Elat or something? The holiday after Ramadan's over where you have
Eid.
a big... Eid?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have a bunch of food, and I remember the Proud Family came along and they were having a big fun.
Yay.
And then hate crime.
Don't hate.
Don't
do that.
Pushing Daisies.
Pushing Daisies.
So we're talking about the finale.
We're talking about that last episode, and it is the holiday season.
It is. But we're going to start in the past. So right after Chuck's father died.
Ned and his mother waited with Chuck for her aunts, Lily and Vivian, to arrive. Chuck would later remember Ned being very quiet, staring at his mother as if staring at a ghost. Only Ned knew his mother had already been dead once that day.
There but for the grace of God.
Only Ned knew that he had touched her back to life, and 1 minute later, Chuck's father died.
Yeah, this part is heavy.
It's heavy.
It's heavy because it's just the direct aftermath of these two children having their parents die.
Well, it's a direct aftermath. Well, I mean, the full thing is, but
Yeah.
This is right after Chuck's father died and Ned brought his mother back to life. So he's kind of traumatized.
Right, because he doesn't know the full extent of his powers yet, but he knows enough to know that these two events are related.
Yes. So, but his mother's comforting Chuck, and he's just can't to look at her.
Can't even look at her.
And she's sad. And then Vivian and Lily show up.
She would remember Vivian, who didn't like to touch anyone, was the first to embrace her. And she would remember Lily, who had no problem with touch at all, couldn't bring herself within reach. Not right away. Later that night, Chuck would remember Ned ringing the doorbell just after bedtime, and Lily telling her,
Something happened.
Another something happened?
His mother died.
It wasn't until Lily hugged young Ned after learning of his mother's passing that she took Chuck in her arms.
And we see that, I think the line was, Vivian, who didn't like touching people, ran up and immediately hugged Chuck.
Yeah.
Lily, who didn't have a problem with touching people, couldn't hug her at that point. Because, stuff happened.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of stuff happened.
Yeah, I'll say.
But anyway, so then we cut to later in that night when Ned's mother dies again.
Right.
And he runs over, and Lily immediately embraces him, saying his mother died, and then more hugging children who have been traumatized.
Right.
And then Chuck sees Ned leaving for the school and tries to run for the car, and then it's sad.
Yeah, it's sad.
That was heavy.
It is heavy.
Yep.
Because, yeah. Anyway.
Okay, I got a paranoid fear that we were recording for a hot second, but we are.
We good.
Yep. So then, meanwhile, we cut to present day, and Ned is screaming for Chuck because, as you remember in the previous episode, he revealed that he accidentally killed her father, and so she apparently bolted.
Father died because the pie maker brought his mother back to life. Chuck disappeared into the night.
Chuck!
I mean, to be fair.
That's a lot of information to take in.
It is.
Chuck!
Like Christmas lights.
Yay.
This Christmas will be fun, right?
Chuck!
That's Christmas.
Chuck! Chuck!
Stop squawking, you twit!
Reasonable.
I assume that there was some level of conversation or explanation before that, so we don't see the immediate aftermath really.
I just kind of wonder if like she heard that and then just ran.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because like I don't even know if there was a conversation. It kind of sounds like she just bolted.
Yeah,
but he's looking for her, and he ends up going to Vivian and Lily's house to see if like they're there, and also they're apparently really cold. And I'm wondering when global warming's going to get here already.
Because it can't come soon enough.
Well, they're cold.
2007.
Oh, 2007.
It was simpler times, I guess.
What?
Not really.
Yeah.
It's all still the same. Anyway.
Well, anyway.
Who is it?
It's, Ned, the, pie maker.
All this fuss about global warming.
Can't happen soon enough, if you ask me.
Why is it so cold in here?
Charlotte used to light the furnace. The thought of outliving her seemed so unlikely, we never bothered to learn how to do it.
So it hasn't mysteriously lit itself because clearly it's very cold.
Clearly.
Wouldn't it be lovely if Charlotte's ghost returned to light the furnace?
Would you like me to light the furnace?
So, but they're really cold because they didn't know how to light the furnace because Chuck usually did that. Mm-hmm. But then Ned lights the furnace, and then they're talking about like if they've seen a ghost.
Sense her presence in any way.
When you say presence...
If you think you see her out of the corner of your eye or hear strange noises in your room or find suspicious footprints in the snow.
Should we be expecting this presence? Because you're being kind of urgent over there.
Oh, God, no. I'm just, thawing. But if you were to see her, or think you see her...
I saw Charlotte once, after she died. Then I blinked, and she was gone. It was unpleasant. That trick my mind played on me.
And they say no. But then we find out that that Chuck is at Olive's.
Now go clean yourself up. You look like crap.
It was hard for Olive Snook to close the door on the pie maker's breaking
heart. It looks... His hair's slightly messier.
There's a lot of apartments in that building.
We did it.
Hey. Aw.
Are you gonna tell me what he did?
Mm-hmm.
Because she needed to go somewhere. I do kind of wonder, because, like, they're, like, apparently, I think she might have, like, ran really fast. Or, like, even, like, hid somewhere and then went to Olive's.
That's what I was thinking.
That's what I was thinking, too. But that's where she is, and Olive's trying to, like, not, like, let Ned know, just, like, let her be. And she's trying to figure out what happened. Mm-hmm. And also wants to know why Chuck faked her death.
Look, I know this is none of my business, but I have so many questions tugging at my tongue as to why you faked your death. And I just felt like I needed to respect your privacy on this issue.
I appreciate that.
But I am not going to respect your privacy right now. Why'd you fake your death? Is this an insurance scam? Are you and the pie maker in some kind of cahoots together?
I died. You brought me back to life. Cahoots enough for you?
Oh, there it is.
If you want to tell me, just say so. I was just curious if you were finding
it's hard to believe.
or something more.
And Chuck does try to tell her, but she doesn't believe her.
Again, that's the thing. Like, why would you? It's such a... Like, especially, like, in this world, like, no magic is really established.
Right.
So it's, I feel like it's kind of a thing of, like... I mean, like, you could say to somebody, like, hey, like, I was about to say, if she could tell somebody, like, hey, I died and was buried in a coffin, but then miraculously came back to life.
Right.
But that sounds darker.
Mm-hmm.
So it is kind of hard to, like, explain this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, without, like, Emerson only believes because he saw it.
Mm-hmm.
So that Chuck's sad because of all this. And then we see with Emerson and Ned are talking, and then Ned tells Emerson that he told.
I told her I killed her father.
She asked you if you killed her, Dad? Did she ask you that? Did them words come out of her mouth?
No. We were talking about phantom limbs and I blurted it out. It was like word vomit.
Then you slipped in that word vomit and fell on your ass. Now you're covered in word vomit. Dead girl could be out there all grudge with a beef to pick. Hello, Evening News. I'm Lonely too in Charlotte Jaws. I just crawled out of my grave and here's how.
I'm having difficulty breathing.
What kind of state is she in?
A bad state.
Yep. To which Emerson said, I told you not to do that.
He did. And he still did it.
Still did it.
But, like, I think he's worried, like, she's gonna go to the news. But, like, it's Chuck, so, like...
Right.
But we're just gonna say, like, Nev's like, let her be by herself for now.
Mm-hmm.
And let's deal with this death, which is the death of a guy named Victor Naramore.
Yes.
And he is an insurance adjuster for Uber Life Insurance.
Uber Life Insurance.
Yep. Which I guess, like, life insurance or, like, her...
Yeah, I don't know how that...
Uber Life insurance. Life insurance.
It's a life insurance, but they also do the approvals for... I guess that means the approval so you can pay for a surgery.
Okay.
That makes sense.
But
terrible. So the terrible kinds of people.
Yes. But he was found dead, and he was frozen to death. And it's really... I find it creepy how, like, he's, like, the way he's frozen, because, like, his whole body's red, but, like...
Yeah.
It's weird.
Martha? Oh, you're frozen solid.
Oh, so there is such a thing as a snowball's chance in hell.
I thought this red kind of creeps me out.
Yeah.
No, of course not. Well, it really depends on who you're talking to. Who am I talking to?
Angels of Justice.
Oh, and I am in hell, aren't I?
Who killed you, Mr. Naramore?
I don't know who killed me, but I do know how they killed me.
It's nasty.
But, so they bring him back to life, and he said he didn't see who killed him, but he was killed with kindness.
Killed with kindness.
Basically, which was a bat
mm-hmm.
that had kindness on it.
Mm-hmm.
After a long day at the office, Victor Naramore was walking to his car when he heard someone approaching rapidly from behind. Victor Naramore didn't see who killed him, but he did see how he was killed. And he was, in fact, killed with kindness.
Yeah?
You were killed with kindness?
Not the sentiment, which would have been lovely, but the word, which was scratched into the business end of a baseball bat.
And then he was frozen and became a corpsical. But we don't know who did it.
Nope.
So they're trying to figure out who did it. Ned's still upset about Chuck and concerned about where she is.
Mm-hmm.
And Shirley mentioned this, but like part of like Digby's like behind like has some
like
hair.
his fur. He's missing some furs.
Missing some furs. So we're wondering, hey, and like Olive's kind of like says like that he got in the vacuum, which like fine. We see Chuck on the roof with her bees who are like have a thing on them.
Mm-hmm.
But what he didn't know was that she wasn't alone at all.
Ned?
Ah, there he is.
Not Ned.
He's back. I wasn't expecting him to be back so soon.
In winter, everything's dampened and hushed. Sounds and smells, but not you.
Presumably next season.
It smells like honey and
Yeah.
death.
Hello, Oscar.
I hope your bees are surviving the chill.
Seem to be.
That explains the honey.
They have like little beehive cozies. It's adorable.
It's adorable. And then who shows up but somebody not so adorable? Oscar Vivinius.
Which is hilarious because I definitely did not think he was coming back this season. I thought he was going to be like a side episode in like season 2. That's
okay.
That I was definitely not expecting him to be like a season 1 finale comeback character, but more of a funny thing in the next season.
But he's back.
He's back.
Yep.
His thing.
And he wants to know why Chuck smells the way she smells.
Yeah.
Because he's weird.
Because she smells kind of dead.
Yep. So, but then he figures out that Digby also smells that way. Mm-hmm. So then we're trying to figure out through that. And it's kind of like, and wants to figure it out. I don't know like what he would figure out through the smell though.
I don't know.
That like she died at one point. I think that's like your thing of like she died at one point and then came back like miraculously and like he doesn't want to tell anybody. Like nothing else makes sense except for the fact that somebody brought her back to life.
Right.
But even that doesn't make sense. Or she faked her death.
Right.
But you wouldn't smell like death if you faked your death.
Correct.
Unless you swim in a pool of dead bodies.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
But he wants to figure it out and wants a bigger sample of her human hair because it's great for pillows.
He does have a sense of humor.
He does.
As weird as he is.
Listen, Pee Wee Herman's got some sense of humor.
Sure.
I don't know. I've never seen anything.
I'm not familiar with his work.
I mean, you know who he is.
I know who he is.
Yep.
Absolutely.
This is making me very uncomfortable.
Stranger danger.
On a
Stranger
rooftop
danger.
with a near stranger who's waxing on about collecting her hair.
Yes. Wait, did you shave Digby's bum?
What is with you and that dog? You both have the same scent.
You did shave Digby's bum.
Which reminds me. Could I please have a larger sample of your hair?
Why? What are you going to do with it?
Stuff it in my pillow. Human hair is much softer than down. I'm teasing you. I'm just curious.
He's just weird.
He's just a weirdo.
And then Ned thinks that Olive is lying about where Chuck is.
Mm-hmm.
And she is.
Yeah.
So then they, like, she kind of just, like, says it, I guess. And then, Ned finds her in Alice's apartment. And we're like, okay, let's have this conversation.
Please.
You know that no one could tell me how he died? I thought it was the fickle finger of fate, but it wasn't the fickle finger of fate. It was your fickle finger. That one right there.
I didn't mean my finger to be fickle. I didn't know what it would do.
I know, I rationalized the whole thing. It was like you were playing with a gun and it accidentally went off and it killed my dad.
Like that. Except there's no gun, and I wasn't playing. My mom died. And yeah, I'm the kid who killed her dad. And I hate that.
I hate that too.
But do you hate me?
I have to hate you a little, just for a little while. But I can't do that if you're still here.
Right.
And it's, like, interesting conversation.
I really like how it's done. It's like a very emotional conversation, and it's like Chuck's thing is kind of interesting in that she has this kind of awareness of the situation to where she knows that it's not a gut reaction as far as, I hate you, how dare you. It's more of like, with the information you've just given me, there's no way that I can be okay with this immediately. I need time to be okay with
Yeah, it's kind of like, I understand from seeing her power, I understand what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I know you technically didn't do anything wrong,
mm-hmm.
but it's still upsetting, so I need to be away from you right now.
Right, exactly.
So, like, I kind of like that. It kind of feels like they could make amends at one point, but like, for now, it's like, Ned needs to leave her alone.
Right, it basically says that, if you're here, if you're with me right now, then I will only feel worse about you. That's why I need the space before we can, like, be like, okay.
Yes.
Which I'm like, okay.
And then also,
it's very, very mature conversation.
Yes. And you can also, like, Chuck wants to, like, talk to somebody about this situation because she only has Ned, really, and kind of Emerson, but Emerson doesn't care.
Yeah, he would not listen in that way.
So then she decides to go to write a letter to Oscar.
Who wasn't the pie maker?
Like a crazy person?
Someone who might believe her secrets if she told them. Someone else who belonged underground. Out on the
and drop it in the sewer so it'll catch it. And, like, I think this is accurate, but I think it's the same shot from Smell Like Success. Like, I think they just copy pasted.
Right.
And then meanwhile, Emerson is, like, they're trying to find people that Victor Naramore rejected.
Mm-hmm.
There was 14 and 3 are viable.
Oh.
I was thinking, for some reason I thought, like, oh, we can just bring them back to life. And I'm like, no, wait, no, they couldn't have done it.
They could have done it. You can't commit a crime if you're not living.
Yep. So they visit them. One of them, Emerson visits them because, Ned's dealing with the stuff with Chuck.
Mm-hmm.
But he visits a specific one whose name is Abner Newsom, who I think this is 14.
Yeah.
But, like, he's got a ton of health issues.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like, he's also, like, kind of depressed that he has all these health issues.
And he basically doesn't have a heart, which means that his heart doesn't work, but also he's like an asshole.
It's nice for your son to know there are people that care.
Yeah, caring is great. Love the caring. Know it'd be even better? Not dying.
This is Emerson Cox. He's investigating a crime.
It's God.
Heard on the news that Naramore guy got whacked. He turned me down for a good heart once, so he can pretty much suck it, I think.
You don't seem too bereft at his passing.
Well, not at all.
Abner?
Oh, please, tell me I'm a suspect. Awesome. Because you know what I did first? I took a magic potion that made the tissue paper sack I call my heart work. Then I stepped on his neck with the soggy atrophied breadsticks that used to be my legs.
Yeah, but, like, I guess, like...
You get it, though.
You get it.
Makes sense.
He's a dick, but you get why.
But that's kind of the idea, like, because that's the joke, right? Because he doesn't have a heart, which means he doesn't have a heart. Heyo, sick children.
He also, like,
Very
can't.
sad.
He also, like, can't walk, and like I think, like, he says at one point, like, please tell me I'm a suspect, and we're like, that doesn't make any sense,
right?
Because you're a teenager and you can't really do anything.
Correct.
But and also his mother kind of seems like at the end of her rope.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, to be fair,
yeah, it's, like, understandable.
She's probably dealing with, like, all of her son's medical expenses.
That's a lot.
Yep. And she's a single mother. So.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah. But, like, I guess, did you come off as, like, maybe something suspect? Or, like, you were like, eh?
Yeah, she didn't have like that vibe, but like also anything can happen.
That's true. But when Emerson's leaving, he sees a snowman.
Mm-hmm.
So we see the snowman, and then a dog pees on the snowman.
Yeah.
And then we see a foot.
Good boy. Good
Oh,
boy.
no.
What?
And why don't you leave a present up there on the porch for him, too? When they around here got an attitude.
Yeah. Yeah, I told you the kid did it. It makes total sense. No? Not even a little.
Yeah.
It's another dead guy.
So there's another dead body.
Yep. This is Bill Richter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so then him and I go to the morgue, and like they try to wake him up first, but there's freezer burns, so then he uses the knitting needle. I'm like, I mean, he seems nice, Bill Richter, I guess, besides the fact that he works for.
Besides his profession.
But he also didn't see what happened.
But still killed under the same circumstance.
Yeah, I forget the other guy's name that they were talking about. Maybe they won't, but there's another guy. Kevin Van Der Eyck, who Bill Richter carpooled with. So he's like, well, he probably could have seen it.
Right.
Because, so they're like, okay, we got to find him. Or like, at least like if they were together and somebody tried to kill one of them, the other one's probably dead.
Mm-hmm.
So let's try to find him. And then also Bill Richter's like,
If I'm dead, why are you the one with the long face? Let me guess. No problems?
Hell no.
Hell yes, I can see it in his eyes. What's her name?
I call her Chuck. But it's not a real name. It's actually kind of a funny story.
Would you ask this fool how he ended up in a snowman?
Sorry, I can't talk about this right now.
That's okay. It'll come when you're ready. Till then, chin up, big guy.
I'm sorry. I pulled it together and then I came apart.
you did. And that's like, what? He's like, today, why the long face? And it's like trying to like help him feel better and like that kind of thing. And then Bill's like, fuck her up. And then he just...
And then he dies again.
And then they go back to, they go to Uber Life Insurance first.
Mm-hmm.
And then we meet Steve Kaiser, because also, like we said, Van Der Eyck is also missing.
Mm-hmm.
And Steve Kaiser basically has taken all the stuff.
Right.
And is kind of explaining it to that, like, talking to them about it. Apparently, all three of them denied Abner for a heart, so it's, like, clearly might be related to him.
Right.
And then Kaiser also says, like, he's upset about the way that Uber Life works. Because it mainly works because capitalism.
Passes.
Excuse me?
I'm talking about the suits who run this business. Good God. How many people have to pay the price before that boy finally gets a heart?
Why don't you just approve his application?
Because I'll lose my job. Besides, it's not up to me, it's up to the numbers. And his numbers almost up. Low survival odds plus exorbitant transplant costs equals bad business. And that's the bottom line around here. Hell, this place has taught me anything. Its people are expendable.
Capitalism.
Woo! Oh, terrible. Right. Well, yeah.
But nobody wants to approve him because he's not, it's not really...
It's like part capitalism, part the American healthcare system.
Good times.
Because other places have some degree of capitalism, just not the degree of capitalism that we have, and they don't have that.
Yeah, maybe we should, like have a way that people who are sick can get the healthcare that they need.
Oh man, wouldn't that be swell?
Yeah, and like they don't have to worry about like their money and stuff.
Yeah, because here's the thing, people should not be judged by...
Maybe we should like put money towards that instead of like other stuff that isn't as important currently.
Oh, amen, sister.
Anyway,
so Pushing Daisies.
Pushing Daisies. So there's that, and then also Ned and Emerson go back to Abner's house, and there's a make a Wish Foundation member.
Wish-A-Wish Foundation.
Wish-A-Wish Foundation person there named Madeline McLean, who has a monkey, Bobo the bonobo, to give to Abner, and Abner's just like, yeah.
Yeah, he does not seem very well impressed by anything.
Ma'am, the two insurance adjusters that died were both linked to your boy. We have reason to believe the third body's going to show up on your lawn sometime soon.
That's not good.
Oh, no, it's real good. Because this time we're going to be waiting outside to catch the Iceman when he cometh.
Thank goodness. A boy with a heart like Abner's doesn't need any more stress.
Mr. Codd, this is Madeline McLean. She's a Wish-A-Wisher from the Wish-A-Wish Foundation.
And this is Bobo.
Bonobo.
I love a man who knows his monkeys. The bonobo is the gentlest of primates. They're great with sick children. That's why I'm giving him to Abner. Were you wishing for a cuddle?
Actually, I was wishing for a butter knife so I could pop out its heart and use it as my own.
Oh, okay. No monkey. Boo-boo.
Ned and Emerson have a plan. They're going to wait. They're going to stake out the house and see if they can find the person with the dead body of Kevin. Then they'll get it. Hooray.
Yay.
So they're talking in the car about stuff, like including why Ned's like upset about stuff.
Yeah.
And that kind of thing. And even like Ned's even thinking like, I could bring your father back just for a minute. And then Emerson's like, nope, don't do that.
Yeah.
Because that's a bond, that's sacred. And then he admits that he has a daughter.
The relationship between the father and his daughter is tenuous. It's very fragile. It can take a lifetime to sort out all the issues there. And what you think you can just
That sounds like something.
Man, you a dreamer.
Here's the thing.
I'm a farmer.
Aw. Yeah.
Isn't a priest.
Isn't a man. With a daughter.
Aw.
You have a daughter? Where is she? Why don't you ever...
Scratching an itch only makes it itchier. This is my itch, and I sure as hell don't want you scratching it, understood?
It's like a very touching scene because there's the switch for when it gets to Emerson just being like Emerson's thing, and then he does the little switch over into like talking from the heart is good stuff.
So Ned
it's good. Love those character revelations.
So Emerson has a daughter.
He's having a daughter, and apparently it sounds like he messed up. Sounds like he's got there's some kind of situation.
A little bit.
But yeah. So very, very sacred bond.
Yep. And then also somebody is behind their car, maybe trying to sabotage it.
Yeah, something like that.
But we're gonna cut to Olive.
Yes.
So she is supposed to, because she tells Chuck that Lily and Vivian might want to go swimming soon back in the water.
Yeah.
Although not now because it's winter, so don't do that.
Maybe, yeah.
But basically, she's gonna go down and they want to make her another pie. Or need to get another pie, but Chuck doesn't want to go down and see Ned.
Mm-hmm.
So then Chuck says, can you bake a pie?
Mm-hmm.
And then I add some vanilla. It's not vanilla.
Pear with Gruyere baked into the crust.
Mm-hmm. And I add extra vanilla. It's my secret ingredient. Billy loves vanilla.
You got it.
But Chuck's secret ingredient wasn't vanilla.
Is it vanilla?
It was an herbal mood enhancer. Olive Snook had been delivering enhanced pies for weeks, not realizing she was a homeopathic drug mule.
Not very strong vanilla.
What's the worst that could happen?
Oh man. It's not vanilla.
It's homeopathic antidepressant stuff. And Olive doesn't know that. And she doesn't think the vanilla is very strong.
She tries the vanilla and it's like, oh, this isn't very strong. So she just decides to
dump the whole thing in. Into the pie. What can go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong?
And bakes the pie, brings it to them, and I don't know if like Lily was either just like starving or going through like a withdrawal from the drugs, but she just like devours the pie.
Or just going through a withdrawal with the pie.
But unbeknownst to all, this latest pie wasn't just dosed, it was overdosed.
I have been craving this pie all day.
That's not what I've been doing all day. We're making costumes for our next tour.
If we have a next tour.
That's also, yeah.
She just likes pie that much.
Yeah.
And she's like, hell yeah.
So
give me that.
She eats an entire pie that has been overdosed with antidepressant drugs.
Yeah, that's fine.
Good times.
Good times.
Vivian doesn't eat it because she's in training, but still. And then also, this is where we find out about the I'll find out about the drugs because Lily is a bit high.
Oh my Lily, did you eat the whole pie? Are you feeling all right?
She's fine.
She's fine.
Was there too much homeopathic antidepressant in there?
Probably.
Probably.
What did you put in that pie?
Just vanilla.
Oh, there's no vanilla in that pie.
As Olive wondered what
poor Olive.
she did.
Oh, Olive. Yeah, she starts like seeing things.
Like a crab in the thing.
Yep, and then so she's tripping.
I think it's when we realized that like Olive is like keeping a lot of secrets.
Yeah, it's hilarious because Olive comes off as a character who is like, likes to talk, and so but her being the secret keeper, like out of all the characters, she being the secret keeper one is hilarious.
Well, right now, like her secrets are that we find that another secret she's probably keeping.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
But like right now, it's that Chuck faked her death, and that she's giving her aunts pies with drugs in them.
Yeah.
And then, something else that'll come up later.
Yeah. Oh, man. Can't wait till we get to that one.
Anyway. So that's happening. Meanwhile, Emerson and Ned wake up in their car, and it turns out that they're filled with carbon monoxide.
Yeah, carbon monoxide poisoning. The old potato in the...
I feel like my head is gonna split in two. Carbon monoxide poisoning. Still put a potato on our tailpipe. Oh, Lord, please tell me I ain't dead. You're not dead. I can be not dead for longer than a minute. You're not Mr. Vault. You'll continue to be not dead until you're dead, but I've never undeaded you at any point. Good.
Hooray!
Yay.
That's not good.
That's bad. Get out of there.
Yep. And so they technically passed out, but like Ned wakes up and then gets out of the car and like tries to breathe in some air. And then also, so there was a potato in the
potato in the exhaust pipe.
Thank you. So they get it out, and then Emerson. I like the fact that like where Ned gets him out, and then but like his hand's bare, so then Emerson freaks out that like he died.
He died and was brought back.
Yeah, but no, he wasn't. And then it turns out there's another snowman with a corpse.
Yep. Oh.
So they missed the person who
missed it. They were too busy. They were too busy meandering in their own feelings to see the killer.
And then I like the bit where like they're like, all right, let's go ask Kevin to see what happened, but then his body falls.
We are giant, enormous idiots, and don't you say ginormous because that ain't a word.
Whoever plugged our tailpipe waited for us to pass out and then put the body in the lawn.
Mrs. Newsom was peeling potatoes yesterday.
Maybe we were wrong about her.
Yeah, maybe she has gone all blood simple. Hiding her victims all up in snowmen.
Kevin would know.
Yeah, let's ask him.
That's unfortunate.
I'm not touching that.
Fine with me. Let's talk Miss Newsom.
And breaks.
Yeah, it just like shatters. And it's like, nope, no getting that back.
That was fun. And then we find out that the Kaiser guy also rejected Abner for a heart.
Yes.
So we're a bit concerned.
Yeah, so we have our next victim.
But then the mother says, did you write a letter or like call him like Madeline did? And they're like, what? And they were like, oh yeah, I want to talk to him. And then we're like, oh, so she did.
She did it.
Yep, and he's about to kill Kaiser, and he's having some trouble with his car, so who knows? Meanwhile, Chuck is also dealing with the stuff with Oscar, and gave him a lock of her hair so that she could figure out the secret, I guess.
I think I know if Digby died.
Maybe you didn't notice because you were dying too. That's pure conjecture based solely on the hair of the dogs behind.
Chuck could feel her truth stepping out of the shadows, warming its toes in the sunshine, and the man from the sewer could sense it.
It can be so exhausting carrying a secret.
I need a pair of scissors.
Just carries them around in his pocket. Gotta be careful with that. You're gonna poke yourself.
He works in sewers. Maybe sometimes he needs to cut stuff. But he doesn't because he wants like her permission, which I guess is nice.
He's trying to build trust with her, so he doesn't just he's not just gonna take it for science's sake. I think he wants to build some kind of relationship, which is nice.
But I think Chuck's getting over her anger over Ned, and it's kind of like, you know what?
It's a gesture of trust. You know everything there is to tell about the hair. I'd rather hear about it from you. I think you want to tell me.
In that moment, Chuck realized her hate and sadness had begun to thaw. There was only one person with whom she wished to share the burden of an impossible secret.
Should have asked the hair while you had the chance.
The pie maker.
Cool.
Coming to her senses as far as the things that she should and shouldn't share.
Because like that's the thing. Like if Ned's secret comes out, it's not. It's like gonna not be good for Ned.
No, it would not.
Like that's a burden on Ned. He's got issues.
He's got issues. Got issues.
But then Chuck's like, nope. And then that's it. So we did it. And then meanwhile, we go to the parking garage, and Matt's about to kill Kaiser. And then also, Emerson and Ned are still having emotional conversations.
Yeah, but Emerson has shut it down.
He's shutting it down.
He's like, he ain't. No, there was that brief window of vulnerability. He's like, oh, no, that was a mistake.
Yep. And then also,
relatable.
They find Madeline. She's about to kill Stephen Kaiser, but he's okay right now. And she's also got a gun.
Yeah, she has the bat to kill him with kindness, but also a gun.
Yep. So we found out her story, which is that she's just kind of crazy.
Madeline McLean was a dream come true at the Wish-A-Wish Foundation, where she provided succor with suckers, coaxed chuckles from colics. but she met her match in Abner Newsom, the little boy who lacked a heart.
I'm Maddie. Why don't you tell me about your super special self, sweetheart?
That basket smells like old pus.
And though she tried and tried...
I said lap dance, not tap dance.
There must be something you wish for.
Yeah, I wish those insurance company jerks who keep rejecting me would drop dead.
Until she realized the boy without a heart wanted revenge.
So she crazy.
Well, it's not even just crazy. She's just very dedicated to what she does.
She's very dedicated.
She
but
works with sick children all the time to give them their wishes and goes above and beyond. But the one person that she couldn't, help was this kid. And basically the only thing he seemed to want was these folks dead. So she took it into her own hands. So which is just so funny to me. Like, it's just like, I'm like, can you blame her to a degree? I mean, probably yes. But like at the same time, like, I mean, her heart's in the right place.
I guess, but murder?
But also murder.
But then also, Bobo had a wish to play with a metal ball on the car.
To play with a ball on a stick called the shifter. Its wish was granted. As was the wish of Madeline McLean. For though her sanity was torn asunder by a boy named Abner Newsom, and her body was torn apart by a bonobo named Bobo, her heart was still intact, which allowed her to grant one final wish.
So then he ends up running over Madeline and then splits her in half.
Yeah.
But her heart's still intact.
And
I guess like she said she wanted to give it to Abner, or like they just gave it.
I don't know. Don't think about that part.
All right, but he gets a new heart.
The legality of it. Yeah, so in the end, she did get what she wanted.
Hooray! And then we go to the cemetery. Good times. Basically, Chuck says, like, can we bring him back to life for a minute? And just so she can say goodbye? And he's like, and Ned's like, no, I don't want to do that just so you can watch me kill him again.
I have an idea.
No.
I thought for 1 minute.
I'm not going to bring him back just so you can watch me kill him again. I can't do that to you. I won't.
Chuck wished things were different. She wished
she
my
knew heart.
Her father. She wished she knew her mother.
Yeah.
And then she's sad.
Yeah, that would be too much.
And I'm like, feels in my heart.
That would be too much.
I get it, yeah.
Get it.
Yep. And then Ned can't really hug her, so he just like puts the coat over her. And she's sad, and then she's like, I wish I'd... It's like thinking like the narrator's like, I wish I had my parents, and it's kind of like, oh, I can't, but one of those dreams can come true. So Lily's high as a kite.
Yeah, just flying real high.
Yep.
Just tripping absolute
So she's
balls.
like talking and seeing this like mermaid in the thing, and like telling stories about like when Chuck was a kid.
Yeah.
And like when it was snowing, and like they would watch the snow, and then she would go outside and make snow angels. And then Chuck thought it was her parents, and then she's like,
I'd sneak into the backyard and make 2 snow angels. She never said anything, and I'd always play dumb. She thought they were her parents. One was her father. The other one was me.
You?
I'm Charlotte's mother.
Oh, snap. What a twist.
The end.
That was the best twist in the whole series yet. Freaking hilarious.
Yay. One of them was her dad, and the other was me.
Yeah.
And then we realized that she's talking to Olive.
Yeah.
And then the other secret is that Lily is Chuck's mother.
Wow. Wild. That was fun. I was not expecting that.
Okay.
And then I was like, that's good. That's a good twist. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. I was wondering if you were going to get it with the part with the sweater. When like
I should.
I don't think you. I don't know if you should have. Like for me, like I was thinking, like I could. If you were gonna get it, I was gonna just pass it up. It's like, oh no, that's like their sister. I don't know. I was gonna make something up, but
right. But I was like, oh,
listen. I'm sorry that I forgot to mention that this show turns into a soap opera.
Love it. This is my kind of telenovela.
But like, do you have any like? So how do you feel about The Secret?
Oh, it's fascinating. I want to know how the ramifications of this turn out.
Do you have questions?
I do have questions.
Do you have any that I might be able to answer right now?
Probably not. I just kind of want to see what happens.
Well, it's like, because I think my thing that I first wondered was, wait, aren't they all related?
That was because there was the realization that we didn't know who the sisters were related to as far as because they're aunts, but we don't know. I can never explicitly.
I can explain that relationship and not spoil anything because so basically they're step aunts.
Okay.
So I think it's like, Charles's father married their mother when they were like adults.
Okay.
So it's not that weird.
Okay. Interesting.
So, and I guess I took the name because maybe time period. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I can explain that. We'll get to the rest later.
Oh, I cannot wait.
So yeah, that's a thing.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, because like my thinking is like, wait, why couldn't you tell Chuck?
Yeah, it's probably, yeah.
And like, why? What happened with like you and Charles so that you're not together anymore? Is it the step sibling thing? Because like I feel
that would be kind of weird, but
that'd be weird, but it's not like the worst.
There's worse things, but also could be weird, and also I'm very curious to find this.
Yeah, and I was gonna say like if they got married, because like I said, I learned that like the parents got married when they were all in their 20s, so it's like they didn't grow up together.
Right.
So, yeah, it's weird. So that was fun.
That was a good time.
That's a good season finale. Like
that was a good season finale. That was pretty solid. We got some character revelations.
Yep.
We had some emotions. We had some ramifications of secrets revealed. We had some characters come back, and that was a solid recipe for a good season finale pie.
Yeah, I was looking at the timing. We're only like 25 minutes, but I still have the trivia to read.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, I find that when we watch good episodes, we don't talk for as long because it's just like.
Well, I kind of just like go. It was like no, it's really good, and like this is an episode that I go back to because it's just a fun one to watch and like have the reveal again, and I'm just like, oh,
right, that is fun. I like a good reveal.
There is questions, but I think I'm like thinking like that the only one I can answer right now, and the rest you'll find out later.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to finding out. Just to go on that journey.
Okay, so notes. This was the last episode script. This was the last episode script handed in before the WGA strike. Good times.
Oh, interesting.
Did they lose technically?
Strike. I wish I knew more about the writer's strike, about like all the details of it. But that was during a time where like I definitely did not pay attention to that kind of stuff. So.
Before the start of the strike, many rewrites, many if not all written by series creator Brian Fuller, were done so that the episode could function as the season finale. Therefore, the season only lasted 9 episodes. It was supposed to be 13. 13 were ordered. So.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
When Chuck's in the cemetery, she comments she has no headstone as they wait a year for the permanent marker. This is a Jewish tradition. You have an unveiling after the first year of death.
That's very interesting.
I've been to a couple unveilings.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like for grandparents. No, you wait a year, you go to the cemetery, you say a prayer, and then you go out to lunch.
Very interesting.
It says that Chuck's father's name is revealed to be Charles. So I think I told you that before, but it's not big. It's not a big spoiler.
It's not like super reveal. It's just kind of funny.
Yep. The holiday theme episodes, some Christmas classics, were peppered throughout the score.
I did hear that.
Olive and Emerson's theme were replaced with a sexy saxophone and vibraphone rendition, respectively, of Jingle Bells.
Very nice.
Also featured words Jim Dooley's arrangement of Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairies and March from Pyro Elix. Yeah, stuff from the Nutcracker. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know the guy's name. Who wrote the Nutcracker?
Some guy.
Okay.
Oh, wait. It's Tchaikovsky.
Oh, is that how you say it? But there's a T.
It's like a T with a ch, so it's like
all
a
right.
Tchaikovsky.
When Emerson returns to the Newsom's house, when they see a view down the road leading from the house, or like when you see the view from the house, and it's the exact view that Bill Murray woke up to in Groundhog Day.
Oh.
Emerson says to the Newsoms, "We're going to be outside to catch the Iceman when he cometh." This is a reference to the new Gene O'Neill's famous play, The Iceman Cometh. Olive says, "I heard you were walking the streets moaning Chuck's name like something out of a Tennessee Williams."
We get loud.
Oh, you were very loud. After all the commotion, I peeped my peeper out the peephole, saw her getting on the elevator and you taking the stairs. Take it you didn't catch her?
The elevator's fast and those stairs were slippery.
I also heard you walking the streets moaning her name like something out of a Tennessee Williams. It may be romantic, but it's not dignified.
She's referring to
Stella.
Yeah, Stella.
Yep, the streetcar named Desire. Got that reference.
Hooray! You're cultured.
I know a thing or two.
All right, so
only like 2.
Okay, season 1 of Pushing Daisies. What did you think?
Oh, great question, because we're here, aren't we? I'm enjoying it so far.
Yeah.
I'm having a good time. I like it.
Was like, what do you expected, or were you like?
That's a great question. I think I did not know going into this about how stylized the show was. But I really like that part of it. I think it's pretty tight. I think my concern with the first episode was like it was very, very stylized. I was wondering if that was going to stay kind of consistent through the rest of the series. But that's just going to be like the first episode is like this, and then the rest we kind of get a little loose. I find at some places it started to get a little loose, but most of the time it was pretty good because it was very consistent with the narrator. Pretty like it still has like does have that storybook kind of feel to it for like a murder procedural kind of show. So I think that it stayed pretty consistent through the whole first season. I really like that.
Yeah.
So I do like the consistency, and I do enjoy this show. And knowing that it's only 2 seasons, and I'm sure there's plenty of things that probably should have gotten revealed. I'm already afraid of all the questions I'm going to have when the show ends and it's over.
I'm trying to think.
So I'm already filled with like a little bit of fear.
Yeah, what's that like? I don't think like it like I don't really want to like spoil this like the series finale.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah, I was gonna like some stuff like I feel like a good chunk of stuff is answered because like I do kind of like, and I mean some stuff might also come up again that is like is a bit. I'd say like most of the stuff that kind of is like semi revealed in season 1. You are most likely going to get some kind of answers for, but there's like some stuff in season 2 that might pop up where you're like, but you know,
right?
Should have given it more. I know people say they want to do a revival. I don't know if they're ever gonna.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if they.
None of the actors have aged. Let's be fair.
It's true. The pace is still.
Do you have any predicted stuff for season 2?
Shenanigans.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah, well, it's very interesting because I like this show is different than I think other shows we watched as far as we don't have like there's no like real myth arc as far as like something that we're setting up early that we're gonna wait for a long time for a follow through because it's mostly been like kind of procedural. There's like those little kind of plot points like keeping the secret from Chuck about her dad and all that kind of stuff, but it's not as much an overarching plot as it is like little kind of threads that we leave there to tie up eventually. So there's no real like overarching like thematic or real strong plot element to the show because there's no real mystery to like solve. So yeah, I think that's the word I'm looking for. There's no real like mystery that's going to get solved. So it's not like we're looking for clues in like a big mystery case. So it's hard to kind of have predictions when that's not really involved in it. I think I'm just looking forward to more shenanigans.
Hooray!
And more soap opera stuff because that's fun.
Oh, honey!
Oh, I'm so excited.
I'm gonna get there.
Oh,
anyway,
exciting!
But I think that's it.
Cool.
So I don't think we do more comments.
That was
all right. Well, we're done with season 1, and we're gonna start off with next time we're gonna do season 2, episode 1. Bzz.
The bees.
And season 2.
Oh God, not the bees.
And season 2, episode 2, Circus.
Circus. 2 of them.
Yep.
So wait, is it 2 3-ring circuses? Would that mean it's a 6-ring episode? These are the questions.
We'll get to it.
Oh, okay. All right.
I would like this. I do kind of like that about like season 2. Like a lot of the times, like the title of the episode kind of tells you what's gonna like what the main premise of like the murder is gonna be.
Right.
So that's fun.
Cool.
Anyway, but so that's it. We did it.
Yay! We did it.
Yay!
Go us.
So that's it. So if you're watching us on YouTube, hello. Please subscribe. I think we're at 540. We're close to 550 subs.
Are we?
I think. Yeah, 545.
Woo! Go us.
Yay!
We've been hovering there for a while.
Yes, we have. But also, like, we haven't been posting for a while. We weren't posting for a while. Thanks, Corona.
Yay!
Ow. But so please subscribe and like and comment. If you leave a comment, we will read it on an episode somewhere. And then also we're on Facebook, facebook.com/wittyclose. So please like and comment there. We're on Twitter @wittyclose. Tweet at us. We might read it if we remember. Patreon, give us money, please and thank you, because we want to keep doing this.
Witty Close.
And we want to have more content, and we'll eventually revamp the Patreon stuff so that you guys get exclusive stuff.
Yeah.
And then we have an email, wittyclubs@gmail.com. So leave us an email, and we might read it.
Woo.
If you want to listen to us on audio, we're on iTunes, so you can listen to us there and rate and leave us 5 stars.
Yeah.
Yes, and leave a review.
Woo.
We're also on Spotify. You can follow us there. Hooray. I think that's it.
It's fun. Yay. That should be it.
Sure.
We're good.
We're not on Instagram or Tumblr.
No, we are not. But you can go on those websites, but then feel sad because you cannot engage with us on those websites.
So join us next time when we start season 2 of this very short show that I'm sad about.
Ah, yay.
All right, I'm Dara Whitman.
I'm Cailin Whitman.
Peace.
Why would somebody give somebody a Christmas sweater for Christmas? You can only wear
I
it
love
that
it so
day.
much.
You mean should only wear it that day?
Yeah. Either you gotta take off what you got on and put it on, or you gotta wait another year for the next holiday season.
Why are you going toe to toe with me?
I think I've said this to you about holidays.
So funny.
The thing I want to hear from you people is happy holidays, and here's your rent.
Happy holidays.
Here's your rent.
Feels like